Okay guys, for tonight's dinner I'm going to make some apple crumble. Really simple dessert, not a whole lot goes into it. We've got some lovely Bramley apples. I use Bramley apples because they're more sour and they have a stronger texture than just a regular apple. Regular apples tend to go very soft and they don't have that same bitterness, so you have to add quite a lot of lemon juice to balance the apple to the topping. So I like to use a nice British Bramley apple. I'm going to have a crumble topping, which is going to be 4 ounces of flour, self-raising plain, doesn't matter whatever you've got. Maybe 2 or 3 ounces of brown sugar. I would go maximum 3 because you don't want an overly sweet top, and 4 ounces of butter. Now the funny thing about apple crumble is the very first time I made it as a married woman, I was heavily pregnant and slightly more ditzy than I am just now, and I got my apples all sorted, got them onto the dish, got it all beautiful. My mum was there, this was going to be fabulous, I was going to put this beautiful meal. Got the apples all ready, got the crumble ingredients all ready, made up the apples, put them in the dish, made the crumble, put the crumble in the dish, baked it in the oven, took it out after, and I'm so proud of myself. And had dinner, everything was lovely, brought the apple crumble forward, put it on the table, started serving it up. My mum and Finton, God bless them, started eating it, and I could see something was wrong, but obviously nobody wanted to say anything. Obviously heavily pregnant woman and slightly ditzy. And my mum eventually said, very quietly, and not obviously wanting to upset me, but had I put butter in the crumble? And I said, yes. And I went to check, and lo and behold, the butter was still on the unit and the crumble had no butter in it. So we had apple sand, which was unusual, to say the least, very dry. So people wonder why I lay out all of my ingredients before I do anything. 2 reasons. One, I like to know that I have everything that I need, and that way I don't get halfway through a recipe and then realise, oh my goodness, I don't have lemon juice, or I don't have whatever it is that I need. And the other is that way I will not forget something important like butter and crumble per se. So as I say, I'm going to go ahead now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel these apples and I'm going to pop them in this bowl. Okay, so just peel away the finest. You don't need to be delicate about it because these are going to get chopped. Okay, I have an apple corer. I'm not particularly good with it, so I much prefer to just do it this way. Maybe slightly more wasteful, I don't know, but I've tried my apple corer on numerous occasions and can't seem to get the apple to sit flat enough to make the corer work. So I will just quickly peel these. As I say, it takes seconds. I've got my little monkey peeler that one of the boys bought me many moons ago. I love getting gifts from my kitchen. It's my favourite place. So there we are. And finally, now I've got 5 Bramley apples, mainly because they come in a pack now, which really annoys me. Why do we need to actually wrap Bramley apples in plastic? I mean, seriously, they're grown in Britain, they're transported in Britain. Is there really any reason why, Morrison's, you're guilty here, why we have to have them wrapped in plastic? Can't we not just go back to the old way where they're in a cardboard box and they were priced at an each price and you just walked up and took as many as you want? After all, my mum's a pensioner. And what's she going to do with 5 Bramley apples when she wants to make a little bit of apple crumble? So just take the main piece of meat off the apple and then just slice it into the dish. Okay? So again, nothing fancy, nothing strange or startling, just don't have any of the core in there. And just slice that into the dish. Doesn't need to be massively even. Just make sure there's nothing too huge because it'll take too long to cook down. Okay? As I say, I know we're all going on about climate change just now and excessive waste, but I have to say I find supermarket fruit and vegetables in this country particularly excessively wasteful. And when you go to France, the supermarkets, the fruit and veg is just literally laid out in front of you. It's not in packs. You know, you pick up what you want, you take it over your weight, you pay for it. You can put it in a bag if you want. If you don't want to put it in a bag, don't put it in a bag, put it in a basket. Lots of French people shop with baskets. So it's okay to do that. But it really annoys me here that they dictate that we must buy things that are wrapped in plastic. I know Morrison's have recently changed to giving us paper bags to put our fruit and veg into, which I suppose is a big step, but I feel that with a company that size, Morrison's, Sainsbury's, they could all, Lidl, Aldi, all of them, you know, just suck it up and get on with it and just make the changes that are needing to be made. and turn to paper, recyclable paper. Even sort of, I mean, we get compost bags that can be recycled, so why can't we turn that technology into something that can be used to wrap fruit and veg, which can then be recycled? It just doesn't make sense to me. Right over. Okay, so we're just quickly peeling and slicing these apples. It's a bit too chunky. See, the beauty of this is the apples are all going to break down underneath the crumble, so you won't actually see the apple until you put your spoon in. Now you can serve this with, you can go traditional, serve it with homemade custard. You can go and buy a tin of custard. You can serve it with fresh cream, creme fraiche, ice cream. You can eat it on its own. You can wait till it's cold. It's entirely up to you, okay? Now I love lime juice. I just think it's got a nice kick. So I'll just put a little bit of lime juice over the apples. Now that does two things. Just make sure it adds to the acidity that's in the dish, and it also makes sure that the apples don't start turning brown immediately, because as soon as an apple, as you know, is exposed to the air, the chemical reaction is that the inside of the apple starts to turn brown. It's not particularly attractive. Okay, so I have my flour in here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub my butter in, take my crumble mix, okay? So we just cut the butter. Now for this, harder butter is slightly better because it's just a wee bit easier to rub into your crumble. You can do a blackberry crumble, you can do a rhubarb crumble, you can do a rhubarb and raspberry crumble, you can do just a plain apple crumble. It really is entirely up to yourself, whatever your preference is. Now what we're doing is we're trying to get a breadcrumb-like mixture, okay? So we are rubbing the butter and the flour together to create a breadcrumb-like mixture. Now the reason we haven't added the sugar yet is because when we rub the sugar in, it would just make a big mushy mess. It would be more like pastry and it wouldn't give you that lovely breadcrumb effect. If you think the 4 ounces of butter is a wee bit too much, cut it down to 2 or 3. You'll know yourself, some people like their crumble heavier, crisper, some people like it lighter. Please don't do what I did and don't put any sugar or any butter at all, because it's really not nice. Okay, I'm just going to add a little tiny bit of extra flour in there. It's very much a feeling thing, so when you've got your hands in the bowl, you'll know how breadcrumbs feel. So when you look in the bowl and when you feel it with your fingers, if it doesn't feel proper breadcrumbs to you, then just add a little bit more flour or a little bit more butter, whatever one it is that you feel that you're missing. If it's claggy, if it's too heavy, you need more flour. If it's dry and too powdery, you need more butter. Now, nearly happy with that. My hands are very warm today, so I'm probably melting the butter down a wee bit as I go, which is creating a kind of heavy feel. Okay, so we have our crumble mix, okay? Looks a bit like heavy breadcrumbs, chubby breadcrumbs. Now we're going to throw our sugar in there and give it a mix. Now if you're not keen on the caramel taste of brown sugar, or you're not keen on the look of it, if you prefer it not to be quite so dark, go ahead, use caster sugar, you can use granulated sugar. It doesn't matter because it's just getting mixed through the crumble mix and then it's going to get poured on top of the apple, okay? So it really is entirely up to you. Now what I would always do as well is put a little bit extra sugar, and I'm nearly out of brown sugar as you can see, although I'll make some in the cupboard. You can put a little extra sugar on top of the apple just to caramelise and create a little bit of sauce in there. Caster sugar, caster sugar on top. Okay, give that a little mix through as well. And that'll create a lovely syrup with the apples and balance the lime juice at the bottom. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. Let's pat that down now. What we're going to use now is the crumble to trap out the air, so that it allows the apples to actually sort of stew underneath. Okay, so we'll just stack our crumble in on top. When I was little, I used to love getting just a plate of crumble on its own, just the topping, no apple. If I could see my way clear to talk an adult into doing that for me. I used to just say to give the apple to my brother. He loved that. An apple crumble, because I was never as keen with fruit in it. And there we have our apple crumble already for the oven. So, because the oven's nice and cool, it's not a hot oven obviously, because the Christmas cake's still in it, we're going to pop this in. Normally I would say 45 minutes, but I'm going to be quite happy with that sitting in there for an hour, and then we'll take it out and let it rest before we have it for tea. Alright guys? Oh, before you go, I'll show you the cookies. So this is what we're looking for. This is cookie perfection, okay? So we're looking for a nice brown outside and a nice creamy inside, because that means that the cookie is lovely. They don't snap, they bend. They're lovely and chewy, okay? They don't snap, they bend. So that's what you're looking for when your cookie comes out of the oven, okay? I just leave those there to cool the rest of the way. So I hope I've given you a wee bit of inspiration to try your Christmas cake or crumble or cookies. And if there's something you'd like to see me cook, please don't hesitate to drop me a wee line and we'll give it a go. We'll see what we can do. Okay guys, have a lovely evening. Speak to you soon. Bye.